Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Gold Prospecting and Home. This is episode number 133, and today we're going to be going through some pay dirt from a fan that sent this to me. They purchased it on eBay 10 years ago. It's called a 1 pound California pay dirt, and it's from a company called J&J Prospecting. Being 10 years ago, I didn't expect this company to be in business, so I went over to the Internet Archive, the Wayback Machine. I typed in the website, jnjgoldprospecting.biz, and it did give me some results here all the way back in 2013. So if we click on one of these random links, it'll open it up, and sure enough, right here from 2013, one bag of California concentrates, $70. Sorry, I have to cut in during the editing process and give an important update. This pay dirt did not cost $70 like my research showed. I contacted the person who sent me this. They told me that their wife paid $10 to $15 for it. So any future mentions of $70 in this video, just disregard that. All right, let's get back to the video. If we click on that link, we then have a description. It tells us it is a 1 pound bag of dredged gold concentrates from their 4-inch dredge, California. There's no guaranteed minimum amount of gold. This is 10 years old. Big thanks to Buzz1151 on YouTube. He's the guy that sent this to me. In the note from Buzz, it says, "Hey, Klesh encloses a bag of California pay dirt. My wife bought this off eBay during the first year of that TV show Gold Rush and never had a pan or time to pan it. This bag is over 10 years ago. I would love to see this panned on a video. If you have time, give my YouTube channel a shout out. It's Buzz1151. I repair vintage radios, phonographs, and TVs. Thanks, Buzz." P.S. I'm enclosing a flyer that came with the pay dirt. Is from J&J Prospecting. So thanks a lot, Buzz. I really appreciate that. There's no way I could have ever purchased something like this. And also, J&J Prospecting, by the way, is still a business on eBay. And some of the pictures and stuff match up to what's on the flyer here. So this is definitely the same guy. His name is Josh. So I wanted to see if there's a comparable 1 pound California pay dirt on his store. And I could not find anything that's a 1 pound California pay dirt, so I don't know if he actually still sells this stuff. But anyway, let's take this over to the panning station. We'll chop it open and we'll take a closer look at it. Okay, here it is, the 1 pound California pay dirt from J&J Prospecting on eBay from 10 years ago. Let's take a look at it in a pan. Looks good, so let's open this up and see what we got here. Right away, lots of dust, but it does look like real concentrates. Yeah, you can tell by the color of it how dark it is, that it came from a river. You can also see the round river gravels. I have no doubt that this is real California dredge concentrates. It's also quite heavy, so my first guess is going to be that this is going to be pretty difficult because of all the black sands. So let's go ahead and classify this using a kitchen strainer, and maybe we'll even go finer than that to make it even easier. This is also a kitchen strainer, it's just a finer mesh, so we'll use this. Okay, here we have our plus and minus kitchen strainer size material in 3 separate classifications. In the big material, let's zoom in here and take a look, just to see if we can find any nuggets or pickers, maybe even some flakes in here, just by kind of looking through it. We might get lucky. For 70 bucks, you know what? I don't remember what the gold price was in 2013. Let me go get that real quick. Okay, so gold was $1,310 on August 1st, 2013, which is about $700 cheaper than it is today, March 2023. So I don't see any gold in here. Looking through this second size of classification, just going through it, I don't see anything. And then, of course, in the fine stuff, we're not going to see it until we pan it out. But to make the panning process a little bit easier, or a lot easier, we're going to take a magnet and we're going to remove some of that black sands and magnetic material if we can. And that's going to make the panning process a whole bunch easier. So let's do that. All right, let's take a strong magnet to it and see what happens. I can hear some magnetic material coming out. Much less than I expected, actually. Yeah, there's only a tiny amount here. This is going to be some pretty tough pay dirt. I'll just leave it in there. Okay, we have the big material, the medium material, and we're actually going to pan out the most difficult stuff first. This is the heavy fines that has hardly any magnetic material in it, but I can tell it's going to be difficult because of the weight of it. So let's bring over Crusty Rusty. I'll add some water and some surfactant. That's going to break the surface tension so the small gold can't float away. And because I'm expecting a higher difficulty level on this pay dirt, I'm just going to do 1 spoonful just to test it out, see how difficult it really is. Got some organics coming up. Just a little bit of mud, not a lot. We'll just pan this off slowly. As the material gets washed off, I'm keeping an eye to see if I see any gold. I can see some black sands under here, some heavier material, which is expected. All right, we're getting down to the black sands here, so I'm not going to pan any more off into the Crusty Rusty. We'll just keep some material in the pan, slowly pan it back, see if we get any gold. Yep, there's a flake, there's 2 flakes, a couple flakes, right there. So that was 1 spoonful, and we have a good amount of black sand, a couple flakes. I don't see any super fine flour gold. All right, I got that first spoonful panned out. I think I could do probably about half of this in 1 shot, maybe that much. Now I'll just let it record here so you can see the process from start to finish. Honestly, a pretty authentic gold panning experience. This is what dredge concentrates really are like. Although here in Colorado, the dredge concentrates are going to have a lot more magnetic black sand, and this does not. This is makes it a little more difficult. So yeah, I would give it a 8.5. If there's flour gold, probably an 8.75. We have this concentrated down pretty good, so let's keep it in the pan. We'll just start panning it back, swirling it back, keeping our eyes right here, looking for any gold that might be coming down. I don't see any yet, which is a good sign. So we know that there's no gold here. We can wash that off. And we have just 3 or 4 little flakes there. That actually wasn't that difficult. So let's just pan the rest of it. There's no rush when doing this either. It's actually a good idea to take your time like this. Make sure you don't miss anything. Of course, I always pan my tailings before I finish the video to make sure I have an accurate amount in the final weigh up. But this is panning off pretty easily for dredge concentrates. So this was the most difficult classification. The other 2 are going to fly by. And hopefully we find a little more gold in those other sizes, because in this fine material, as you can see, not too much. All right, next up we're going to do the plus smaller size kitchen strainer classification. That's panning right off, no problem. Pan it back, and there's a couple flakes. There's 4 flakes in there. Okay, and the last size is all the big material. This is a floating piece of charcoal, like a burnt piece of wood, probably from a wildfire out in California. Interesting. First time I've found that. Yeah, see, it floats. There's actually a lot of it in here. If we find any big gold, this is gonna be it right here. I'll pan it back, see what we got here. And there's no big gold. All right, let's clean this gold up. There's a little bit of black sand left in here, so we'll clean this gold up really quick. That's easy to take care of. Just pan it back slowly and deliberately. Wash back all of the black sands, leaving the gold at the top. Down here you can see the line of black sand, and we'll just grab that with a snuffer bottle. All right, so now I'm just gonna drain the water off, dry this out, and we'll get a value on it. See what we got. All right, so we got 0.1 grams of gold, and we're gonna call it 24 karat purity because you can resell natural placer gold just like this to Paydirt vendors like myself. If you guys have gold and you wanna sell it, go to kleshgold.com, click on the sell your gold button, and I'll send you a free quote and buy your gold. Right now, the gold spot price is $1,978, but in 2013 it was $1,310. So let's see what we got here. $4.21 worth of gold. Well, I'll let you guys determine if that's a good deal or not. For me, the number one rule is always, if you're gonna buy gold pay dirt, an easy way to prevent getting ripped off is make sure that there's a guaranteed minimum amount of gold. I hope that's not on the camera, but it looks like it might be. But we're about to finish up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. And that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching. If you're still here, you're one of the 42% that haven't left, so thanks so much. And also big thanks to all my Major Credit Patreon supporters and channel members scrolling right there. And also, if you enjoyed this video, you're really gonna like the other ones linked here, so definitely check those out, and I'll see you guys on the next video.